fucking video. Hey guys, today's Thursday. Tomorrow will be Friday. This is literally my 9th attempt at this video today, and I just don't know if my head's in it. So I was sexually abused when I was littler, obviously. And so that makes me less trusting of men. So I wasn't looking for a relationship when Matthew fell into my lap. He was my friend first. He didn't want anything from me. I was very appreciative because I don't think I could have given him anything at that point. Sorry, my hands are hurting. How do you go on? How do you live, quote unquote, a normal life after being over 500 plus pounds, and then just walk out of that like it's a, it feels like I'm walking out of something that just blew up. You know what I'm saying? With the sunglasses on, and I'm walking past it. You know, the wind blowing in my hair, the shit blowing up behind me, and I'm trying to walk past it, but it's right on my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like it's right there. Like if I stop for like 20 seconds, I'm gonna be exploded as well. That's how I feel almost every day. I feel like everything in my life is just one hair away from me. I feel so ridiculously out of control. Last night my husband and I had to have a talk about the future because there is something that has been thrown into our lap, and I don't know what's going on with it, so it's not something that I can talk about until I know. So there's no reason to even just tell us what it is. I can't until I know what the hell we're gonna do. Fuck me. Even if I had somebody to tell me all of these things, even if I had somebody to, when I was a kid, to tell me, hey, this is going to be okay, don't, this shit happens, and then later on down the line, your life will be, you're going to marry somebody amazing, and you're going to have dogs, and maybe kids one day, but that, I still probably would have done most of what I did. I wouldn't have believed them anyway. When you're made to believe that no one will want you because you're fat, when society makes you feel disgusting about yourself from, I don't know, kindergarten and up, makes things a little different. There's a lot of disgust in my eyes today. I'm so mentally over all of this, it's not funny. I mean, I'm just mentally over this fucking weight loss. And I'm mentally over feeling afraid. I feel afraid. Probably about 75% of my day, I feel afraid. I feel afraid to leave my house. I feel afraid of the people in my life. I feel afraid of my husband telling me that he doesn't love me anymore. I feel afraid of my mother passing away, or my mother-in-law getting sick and something happening to her, or any one of our dogs. I feel afraid about 75% of my day, and the rest of it I'm sleeping. You can't walk away from being that heavy and not deal with the underlying issues of how you got that fucking heavy. I'd love to say it's just genetics, but it's not. I mean, did genetics help me along? Yeah. Is it genetics' fault 100%? No. You know what is, though? Me not having the ability to cope with what needs to be coped with. Me not understanding that therapy should have started when the first incident happened. Therapy should have fucking started when I hit school. I should have been in therapy. Therapy and having medication and going to, a psych ward or something should have happened the minute they noticed something wrong with me, which would have probably been around like 8 or 9 years old. That's when I should have started seeing a therapist. That's when I should have started when I started to withdraw, when I started cutting myself, when I started being, crying all the time and just, being bullied constantly and being paddled all the time at school and being held back twice, and not because I'm stupid. Okay, so it had nothing to do. I have a 3.6 GPA for my associate's degree. I'm not dumb. I had the highest scores Job Corps ever had. Oh, well, at least that one. For my GED, and I didn't even study. I'm not stupid. Like, the shit going on with my life with my dad being sick, the shit going on with my life with my brother running away, and just the chaos at home, and my mom was sick. She'd broken her leg, and then she was trying to go to school. There was just a lot of shit in my life, being packed off to one grandma and the other. When during the summertime, because my dad would have surgeries and shit, and we are created by our environment. We are created by how we grew up, the choices that we make, the choices that we had at the time, and then what we're doing now. And what we're doing now is I'm trying to fix all of this, but it's not easy. And I would love to tell you that therapy is going to fix it all. But it doesn't for me. I'm sorry. I wish it did. I wish I could just sit there and talk to my doctor and be like, I feel fucking horrible. I feel mentally and physically fucking exhausted and I don't want to get out of bed today. I feel like I'm going to be swallowed up. I feel like I can't breathe. I feel like I shouldn't say I feel like. A lot of times I wonder why I'm still here. And I really don't need anybody to tell me how ridiculous suicide is and how, it's being selfish, and I can't help what my brain comes up with. All I can do is deal with what my brain comes up with. The only thing I can do is try to move past whatever's going on up here. The only thing I can do is talk about it, which is what I'm doing right now. I see my therapist tomorrow. But what I can tell you is that I'm not dealing well with what me and Matthew had to talk about last night. And I'm not dealing well with the guy who was hitting on me yesterday. It had nothing to do with him. Nothing to do with him. But my safety isn't here with me. He's in Korea. This is not my home. This is not where I'm supposed to be. I don't feel protected. I don't feel safe. I feel out of sorts. I feel scared. I feel alone. And luckily, I get to go be with my husband at the end of this month. Well, the beginning of next month. But that doesn't change how I feel today. That doesn't change how I feel most of the time. It's like feeling exposed. I feel exposed. I feel like the more weight I lose, the more exposed I become. I feel exposed. I feel like I put on a lot of that weight genetically, but I feel like I kept the weight on and didn't do anything about it. Number one, because I didn't know how to be honest with you. I didn't know how. I could not tell you 20 years ago that I could pick up my life and do the shit that I was supposed to, and my life would turn out better, because I wasn't mentally ready for that. I wasn't mentally ready. But I feel exposed. I feel like a raw nerve has been exposed, and it's just being touched. It's just something keeps touching it. Something keeps poking at it. And when it does, it hurts. And then I will do whatever it takes to make it stop hurting. Whatever it takes. If that means that I eat an extra bag of, protein chips, well, it'll be an extra bag of protein chips. If it is something else in the house, it'll be something else in the house. Whatever it's going to take for it to stop hurting, to cover up that fucking raw nerve, I'll do it. I'll do it. And usually it's working out. Usually I can let all of this go by working out. But I also realize that it's a form of punishment. I'm punishing myself. I am not just working out because I love to work out, because I do. I'm actually punishing myself for being over 500 pounds. I'm actually punishing myself because I'm still hearing Lonnie's snot. And I keep feeling like I fuck up so often. And I feel like I should be able to be like, I'm over with all this. My life isn't bad. So what the fuck is wrong with me? My life isn't terrible. But this is what mental, physical, and sexual abuse will do to you if you don't take care of it. If you see that your kid is being bullied and you don't fucking do anything about it. Then here comes a 40-year-old fucking woman later on in life being like, what the fuck do I do now? How do you fix 39 years of pretending shit didn't happen? How do you fix 39 years of being with your head in the sand? How do you fix that? How do you learn how to just dig yourself up out of the hole and be perfectly fine? Because I can't figure out a way to do it. I'm not dealing with my shit well today, obviously, but more so because of the stressors that I have at home at the moment. And to know that I use physical pain to help with my mental pain is not okay either. It's not okay for me to punish myself. And I will. And I do. And I do it all the time. I'm like, it's a self-defeating spiral. It is self-destructive. I am a self-destructive force. My mind is a self-destructive force. I am geared to hate myself. As much as I want to love myself, I don't. I do my very best to pretend. I do my very best to grin it and bear it. I do my very best to be like, you have done so well. You are doing so well. You are working out and you are going to achieve your goals. And in the back of my head, I'm like, yeah, sure. Sure, that shit's going to happen. Sure, I'm going to lose all of my weight and life is going to be peachy keen jelly bean, but I know better. And as much as I would love to pretend this is an amazing, just the most beautiful, happy life that I'm supposed to have, I'm terrified of it. Because there's something, my life doesn't work this way. So I don't see me getting down to my goal weight and having skin surgery and riding off into the sunset with my beautiful husband. I don't see that. Because all I have ever experienced is being hurt and people leaving me and lies. People's fucking lies. And being abused. And losing people that you love. Because that's all I know. That and food. My dog's snoring over there. This is a somber video, and I wish I could tell you that. I wish I could tell you how to help yourself if you're going through stuff like this, but today is the day that I can't. Today's the day I can't manage it. I just can't. Like today, I just let down my fucking wall, and I just opened the closet and just let it all just lay out on the floor. Because I can't bear to put it back. I just can't pick it up again right now. So I just let it sit there. I have to. I can't. I don't have the fucking energy. I don't have the energy to put it back in the closet today. So I'm just gonna let it sit there, and then I'll dig through it and try to figure out what the fuck I'm gonna do with it. Because obviously putting it back in there is not helping me either. I can't put anybody in jail because those people are dead. So I can't even get closure. I wasn't even smart enough to get closure for the sexual abuse. Like, I wasn't even smart enough or, you know, ready to face that and work through it and, you know, put somebody in jail. Stop that. It's like I'm leading two lives. It's like I'm leading two different lives. I'm leading a life of somebody who knows what she wants, knows that, you know, what she needs to do, knows that she needs to work out, knows that she needs to eat well, knows that she needs to take care of her responsibilities. And then I'll lead this other life of a complete and total fucking basket case. And I never know who the fuck I'm going to wake up as. I never know A good way to put it is, I never know when I'm going to wake up like Eeyore, if I'm going to wake up like Tigger. I never know until I wake up how I'm going to feel. And again, a lot of times I will just be like, okay, well, I know that whatever's going on up in here isn't as bad as it probably seems right now. And there's a lot of time where I have to take an Ativan before I can calm down. And there's a lot of time where I'm just not here. I just disappear. I make friends and then I disappear. I do things and something happens and I disappear. I don't feel like I deserve to have any friends. I don't feel like I deserve to go out and do things like Weight Loss Surgery Foundation of America or Obesity Helps. I have a chance to talk if I wanted to at Obesity Helps. I have to fill out an application and stuff. It would be smart of me to do it because I could help people, but I can't manage it. I can't. I am not that person yet. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to do that. As badly as I want to meet you guys, as badly as I think that my journey could help people, I would absolutely spend 90% of my time in the hotel room. Or I would find a group of people about this fucking big and we would go somewhere and that would be it. I am not a there's a shit ton of people in this room kind of person. I'm not. When I tell you that I have anxiety and I tell you that I am socially inept and I tell you that I am far more interesting through this camera than I will ever be in real life, that's not a lie. And that would be my husband. So, I love you beautiful, gorgeous, amazing faces. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Mwah.